What's up, man? We back. GrAy ArEa. Y'all know how we do. First off, shout out to everybody that gave the first episode a listen. And we appreciated the feedback. We listened, so hopefully y'all enjoy the second one just as much as the first one. I got the usuals, the homies. VJ.
In the building.
Oh yeah, I can't call you MC no more, man. You don't go by that no more, right?
My name is Omete Nassi, and I choose to use the name my mother gave me, sir.
Okay. All right.
Black power.
Right.
And
Reclaim your name.
Devontae, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Mr. Forever Loyal in the building. Go get that.
Alrighty, and we have a very special, lovely.
Very special.
Oh, okay. Very special.
I just got what he said.
We have a very special guest in the building, Chelsea.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here to give the woman's point of view.
That's a lot of pressure, though.
It's not.
There's a lot of pressure.
You mean, now
You
all
speaking
women
for
gonna
all
be
women.
listening like,
Okay. I'm ready. I'm repping all our women.
And if y'all need to
And
charge
men might
her
be
up,
listening to y'all and they might not agree.
You're right.
We got
You're
five
right.
different
They
perspectives,
can
though.
Listen to me.
It's okay.
You got one.
I have a great gift. I have a great gift of like understanding and empathy and balance.
Okay.
Different perspectives.
and if y'all want to charge her up, her Twitter handle is @Naomi Rose.
Yep,
Right.
that's me.
How you spelled it?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, we're gonna jump it off the back.
Oh. Dang, we wasn't
A
gonna lead
question?
into it. Dang.
You gotta say the title though.
I already said it, fool. So just off the back, the size matter.
Size of what?
Oh, I'm glad you got that's smart. That's smart. Height. What about height? As a woman, does height matter?
Right.
In terms of
Like how tall?
yeah,
significant
right.
other?
Does it matter when it comes to dating somebody?
Yes, it does.
Really?
For the sake, so you have to think of like future. For the sake of my kids, I'm short. So I'm like 5'5'1".
Right.
So I couldn't get nobody. I mean, because I like somebody 5'3", 5'4", maybe like, oh, she's short, I can holler. But then I'm like, dang, so that means my kid's gonna be short. If I have boys, that's not beneficial for them.
So it's about breeding then.
It's just about
In
like,
terms of-
okay, so one is breeding, two is security, because I feel like if you the same height as me, like we can do the same thing. Like you
But
can
what if
step
he
out.
What if he like hella strong, like hella swell?
I prefer a little bit more height.
So from that, what I'm getting is love has a size then. Height, love
Put on.
Love has
Preference.
preference.
I have a preference.
Okay.
Women have preferences. My preference, I like a little height on you. Somebody might be like, oh, he can be the same size as me and we good. Me
Okay.
personally,
What about
you can't be the same size as me.
So
What
I'm
about
5
shorty?
foot. Huh?
What about a man that's shorter than you? Not even the same.
You can't be shorter than me personally.
What do you think about women who date?
Okay, Kevin Hart
Kevin Hart
and
and
Anika Hart,
Anika.
they look good together. It works for them, and he's rich.
Right.
That's why she got
And that's what it is. I feel like when a man is short, he has to show other qualities even
He
stronger.
has to overcompensate for his height.
But I think women perpetuate that. I think little man
Exactly.
Napoleon complex is completely generated by women because you just said you don't think a man that's your height can take care of you. Y'all can do the same thing. So if a little man walk around here super aggressive trying to fight everybody, they trying to prove what women told them they couldn't do.
That's short man syndrome. I agree.
That women do.
Hey, because y'all degrading
But
him.
no, because other men degrade them too. If you 5'1", 5'2", and you get in a room full of 5'8", 5'9", higher people, you already feel like, dang, I need to overcompensate because if anything pop off, like I'm really gonna take a L.
Not necessarily.
I mean, not okay. So if somebody like BJ Frame, right? I don't know how tall. Maybe Devontae's height, and you're like 5'1", and you his frame. Not saying anything's wrong with that.
I love myself.
Right. So if you and y'all get in an altercation, how would you think that person might feel being a male? Would you automatically jump to be like, damn, I'm about to get my ass beat? Or would you be like, oh, I can?
It really depends on how that person was raised.
Yeah, what about the
Where they
David
come
and
from.
Goliath story? But what about that kind of mentality that the short man has? He
The
doesn't
mentality is great. But physically, is that really gonna help you?
I mean,
nowadays you got weapons.
Well, yeah, people don't fight.
You
know what I'm saying? Nobody really fights. So.
Man, in the Southwest, I saw a lot of skinny dudes who just got pure hands, and they take big block dudes out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like all of that comes from your confidence. Right. If I was 5'1", I'm actually 5'8" to be exact.
His voice changed.
Right.
Make sure everybody knows that. But if I was 5'1" and I walk into a room with 5'8" people, and not only do I have security in my attractiveness as a man, but I also got security in my hands, I wouldn't feel any kind of way around a room full of 5'8" people. But it's the self-security that makes people feel like they have to overcompensate. And I think a lot of times the self-security doesn't always come, or probably never comes, from just yourself. You don't ever look in the mirror and say, I'm too short. Compared to what? You have to compare it to things. People have to compare you to things. And that's why I think women always want to talk about, you know, oh, you not only are you a little man, but you got a little man complex. But like,
but what if the little man complex came from childhood bullying? If you've been little all your life, women wasn't the first person to pick on you.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
But you got something to that?
Nah, she got me on that.
That's a good point.
That's a good one.
But I feel like if you've been little all your life, then you already should be adjusted to what's going to come.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Earlier we was talking about them two, and he was talking about how he got bullied freshman year. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, you don't have that same...
And he also spoke on his size and his frame while he was bullied.
Right. He was smaller. But now he's still small. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we going to put it all on the forefront. I feel like being, again, let me just say I'm 5'8". But being, you know, I've always been, I actually think I was under 5 feet until like our junior year in high school. Like I was very,
you was talking.
I was little.
You just hella
like
skinny.
now I'm comparable. Like I'm sitting next to dudes who, like, you know, if they're taller than me, it's like by an inch or two. But like before, I was the small one, and I had a lot of little man syndrome issues, and I don't think, now that I look back on it, I don't think any of them were necessarily generated by myself. That's all I'm saying. I think I definitely felt like I had to overcompensate. We was over here swinging on people in the club for no reason, and you know, fighting people,
Not me.
picking fights.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
You saw him? Oh yeah,
I wasn't there.
But we get into fights that we shouldn't be getting into, because I especially once I got a little height on me, once I got some muscles on me, I felt like now the last thing to do was prove that I could defend my woman, because I was taught that I couldn't do that. So I just think as a whole, your preference is your preference. If you want a taller man, then that's cool. But I live for breaking down what a woman thinks her preference is. I live for a woman immediately ruling you out, saying, "Oh, she never go for you. You under 6 feet," and then you break that you know, that trend.
That's a good point.
And I don't think you should ever close yourself off completely.
I agree with that, and now maybe it comes down to if a woman feels secure with you. So if your height is your height, and she's like, she's seen you out, and she see that you can hold it down for her, your family, future, and all that, then height really don't matter.
So confidence matters off the
confidence does matter.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a preference.
Okay.
And other women do have preferences too.
True. Well, how do you feel about women that say for instance, a woman is 5'5". So no, I ain't gonna even say 5'5". Say for instance she's okay. I'm gonna tell you about a situation that happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So back in college, I knew a girl. She was cool or whatever. She was 5'6". And she was like, "Yeah, I can't talk to people.
Who's not taller than me
in heels." Yeah.
That's normal.
Is that?
But for me,
really though. But you're not actually taller than the person though. So are you like
but
that?
if you wear heels all the time. But for me, I'm short, so it's easy for someone to be taller than me in my heels.
I feel like that logic is so.
What's it for? Why?
Preference. Just like some men only want a girl with small waist, big butt. It's a preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you agree with that? So you agree with that?
Oh
yeah, but for me it's not as because.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
So you couldn't date somebody 5'3".
Talking shit to us.
That's why I said I don't have to. I can't date nobody 5'3". I can't date nobody 5'5". I had an experience.
Taller than you though.
No. I had an experience. Okay, so.
Put it on the table.
I had the experience. I was this guy. I will not. He was like maybe 5'5", 5'6", and we was out together, and I seen him charging somebody up. And he was literally looking up to the dude, and it was like this, and I was like, I can't, this is not long term. I can't do this.
Dang.
So
In
you
that moment.
Off jump from that moment, you made a decision to win. He's too short.
Right, and I can't do this again in my life.
Yeah. Lawrence, you got.
But
what's
then,
up?
what if that 5'6" dude who's looking at that dude who's 6'6", and then they start throwing hands and he drops him?
And he drops it.
I can't because I already don't like this. I feel scared for your life.
Okay, but I understand that if you fear for his life and then he actually demonstrated that he can protect himself and you, does that shatter that fear of that? Because you
I
have
mean,
first-hand evidence.
ideally, yeah, but I'm not gonna see it through.
I think
So
it's
for
just,
you, for you, it's the picture that it paints.
Yeah,
You
just
don't like
seeing that,
yeah.
I was just like, I can't.
I think it's just about how it looks. Because if the man, let's say, and let's talk about it. Let's say you date a 5'6" dude and he drop a tall dude, and then y'all hit. And he pipe it down better than any over 6 foot dude has ever done.
Right, that might change my whole perspective.
Then I'm saying
I might
it
be
changes
stigmatized.
lives. So like in a sense like that, you probably still look at him looking up to another man and not like it just because it doesn't look good. If you don't like a man who's actually taller than you but not in heels, you just don't like the way those pictures gonna come out.
Right.
Realistically, like
And ideally or realistically, you don't have to put yourself in that position.
you don't.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't.
true.
I mean, everyone's a little shallow.
That is true.
Everybody is a little shallow in
little.
some
A
aspects.
No, I agree.
I agree. Yeah, that's true. So off that, does money matter? Like when you're dating somebody or in the process of, getting married to a person,
Mm-hmm.
does it matter that he makes more money than you or you make more money than him, or what if he's barely making ends meet?
It depends on you. What's your mindset about
Like,
it?
have you seen Insecure?
Yeah, like Lauren.
Yeah. What about? Hey, I'm Team Lawrence. By the way.
Man, we not gonna do this. Lawrence gang.
Lawrence
What?
gang. Yeah.
Well, okay, so with Lawrence, like, he had a vision, but he was sitting on the couch not executing the vision. So I'm going out every day, putting in work, making sure we good. What you doing?
Mm.
We're equal, right? We both got to bring something to the table.
Yeah.
So it's not her fault she got tired of that.
Well,
a year passed, you ain't doing shit? Like,
Even if he started doing it at the end, he was too late.
well, if the feelings already changed, like, it's kind of hard to go back.
Mm.
But I feel like everybody that has ambition, it's not always on 124/7. So sometimes, like, you have those dry moments to where you like, dang, like, I swear I'm gonna do this, I swear I'm gonna do this, and you need that encouragement or that thing, that spark to get you
Yeah,
going.
well, Lawrence wasn't a good example. Because that
Yikes.
whole season, he was sitting on the couch.
Are you excusing her cheating?
No, cheating is wrong.
I don't think that's ever.
She should.
correct
It's a
situation.
communication. Like, hey,
Especially with a producer on the floor of his studio. Thought.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
no, I feel like at that point you got to communicate. Like, what are we doing? But you don't step out because if it's an opportunity to fix it, cheating gonna ruin the opportunity.
So is she 100% to blame for cheating?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
She's not.
If you want to cheat, just leave.
It's like, okay,
I agree with that.
I agree.
I agree. with
But
that.
listen, so
Yeah,
okay,
but
say
you
for
say- go
example, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead.
You just meet somebody who sparked your interest, and the dude or woman that you were with used to make you feel like that. And it's no intentions of cheating, but y'all hanging out, y'all talk. Or what if it's a person that y'all work together, so you see him every day? And it just escalate unintentionally, and you come home and you're trying to put all this into your man or your woman, and he not doing nothing. He forgets your birthday. He doing stuff that's like not putting any investment in you. But you communicate, and I feel like this, I want this, I do this, and he not doing nothing. Like,
Right.
it can it's not justifying it, but you're pushing her into somebody else's arms.
Right. So that's the argument. Was she 100%? She
was
was
like-
responsible for the action,
Right.
but
The feelings.
So
Right.
that's it then. That's what cheating is, right? The action.
The action.
I feel like people think about
It's different
doing it
for
all the
women and
time.
men.
They can push it to
whoa, wait.
It's different for women and men because a woman can cheat on you and not even have sex with a man.
So can a man.
So can I?
Right.
I
Yeah,
understand
but-
what you're trying to say. Though.
Right, I don't feel like men are that, maybe, I don't
You
know.
don't know what.
Emotional.
But more
You're
emotionally
right.
invested as women.
It
I
depends
just-
who the woman is
Yeah,
that
I'm
we're
about to
investing
say-
in.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If it's just a woman that we know that's all we finna get out of her is a little cut, then of course we're not finna put our emotions into it. But if it's somebody that make us feel a certain way or bring something out of us, like you talking about the Lauren situation, a woman that fuels you with ambition, that's somebody you gonna want to keep on your team. So somebody like that, you ain't about to easily betray. You know what I'm saying?
But I keep cutting you off. You can go.
I was just gonna say, I think male ego, like I think male ego is the reason why when men get cheated on, they feel it worse than women do.
Because women will take a man back and a woman won't take. Men won't take a woman
just
back.
off pride. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's true.
You
always
can't
It's
take
stupid.
it
I feel
back.
like that's stupid, but
I can't
And
drive.
what if
like
that's
that's
your
stupid.
equal match? Like, what
That's
if this is
stupid
your?
too.
I
Is
feel
she
like,
messed up?
all right, so if somebody cheat on you, you feel like it's a wrap?
No, it's not. But so okay, in dating, maybe. In a marriage,
No, not a marriage. Not a marriage. Just like dating.
You cheating in a marriage.
if you cheat in a marriage, you messed up. But I feel like if my husband cheated on me, I'm not walking away.
Why not?
Cause we committed to each other to be with each other.
But
like we slipped up.
But he left you. But he stopped me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, so like
But
if
he
it
went
was
to
cheating,
fuck-
like you had an affair.
that's fucked up.
Right. If you was cheating, like you had sex with a woman out of whatever, and that's just what it was. Okay.
You
I
gotta
mean,
go get yours then, right?
no.
No, that shit's fucked
Nah,
up.
two rights don't make a right.
Yeah, y'all saying that now. Y'all so.
That's like, you don't get revenge that way.
You don't.
so you're not
You
gonna
got-
revenge.
No, revenge is unhealthy.
Shouldn't you
Why
have
you
the
have-
revenge?
Y'all just
Why
don't
is
keep.
revenge in
You
a marriage?
shouldn't.
Why is
Why is
revenge in a
revenge
relationship
in a
in the first
marriage?
place?
You're supposed to be
Yeah,
vulnerable.
I
You
feel
have to
like-
accept
Huh?
your other spouse for all their shortcomings.
I feel like you should leave. Like, if you're gonna cheat once, you're gonna do it again.
Right.
That's
More
not
than likely.
I think it's situational though,
It is
because it's
situational.
different if like I feel like it's levels to cheating, as bad as that sound, because
It's crazy.
say for instance you're
It is crazy.
bro, just
It's
okay,
realistic though. It's the truth.
bro, say for instance person A, okay, he had a few drinks, they've been going through some bad times, and he slipped up because his niggas was kind of bursting him on to do this or whatever.
I'm just gonna chime in. Your
Them not
niggas
your
and your
niggas.
girls don't need to be in your relationship.
Facts.
Y'all need
I
to bring
agree.
to the table
Facts.
with each other what's going
And we're
on.
all too old for peer pressure.
I agree with that.
Especially we only getting older too. We
Yeah.
all 24 plus up in here.
No, not me. I'm
23 plus.
Yeah.
So I still got
You know,
do my ratchet
Okay.
shit.
I got a couple more years.
I got a couple more busts to cheat on you, baby.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Okay, person
Y'all
B.
older.
I was gonna say
Oh,
person B is the person that starts his own like family and stuff. Starts like a separate family. Like I feel like
Fences. Have
that's
y'all seen
Done.
Fences?
That's a wrap.
yeah, that's why I'm
He
saying
had a
it's
whole
levels to
nother
cheating.
Yeah, the
family.
whole
That's
thing.
fucked up.
That's
But what
that's
about
like
trust, man? I think trust is so fragile.
That's
It
all.
is.
And we always get the say it, but it's for real. Like once trust is broken, it's never gonna get to where it was. I don't think
That's
it
true.
will ever get to where it was once somebody has cheated once. So
But you
is
have-
that worth even? If you're in a marriage, I get it. You did vows, but the thought that I will never trust you 100%. It could be 99.
Okay,
but
let's
it'll
take it
never
off
be
the
100
cheating.
again.
If something happens money wise and your husband or wife go do a risky endeavor with y'all money and that's y'all lost your income.
That's
I mean, we
different.
just gotta
though.
square up, get a couple rounds in the gym,
But that's
That's
still,
what your
that's
husband
that's
and your
breaking
wife.
trust though.
That's breaking trust.
It
And
is,
you didn't-
but
and you taking the livelihood of your family by going to take this risky thing you did by yourself. So you're taking food off the table for your kids. You could possibly be taking the roof off of our heads.
So
That's
I
trust.
agree. Why
So
is that
why-
different than cheating?
No, I'm asking you.
I
Could
don't
you
know.
forgive
That's
from that?
the one thing I do know is, I think it's male ego. I actually think I do know it's male ego because your woman in the hands of another is just different. There's just nothing like
This
there's
is true,
nothing
but it's
comparable
breaking
to it.
trust. So how if you forgive somebody and y'all broke that trust and you go back to your wife or your husband for doing that, why can't you go back and rebuild the trust through another for infidelity?
Because that's a different. I don't mean
Because with cheating, you're not really putting nobody at stake.
I guess cheating.
Well,
if you got kids, you are.
you putting your marriage at stake. But when you're doing something money wise, you putting your whole family livelihood at stake.
I mean, but that could be the same for cheating. Shoot, if you cheating with the wrong man and that man wants you now because he had some good sex, now he wants you. He like, leave your family, come to me. So now you putting your family at
Okay,
risk
yeah.
because you didn't mess with the wrong man. Right?
This is true.
That's
Or mess with the wrong woman.
Or the wrong woman.
It's
Risking that
it's-
shit, not-
yeah.
But
I
it's
actually
just going
think-
back to how could you rebuild trust in any other situation, but with infidelity, it's just no, I can't rebuild that trust. Period.
Male ego.
Emotions versus logic, really.
Right.
Because
Emotions
on one hand, like the scenario where you're cheating, that's betrayal on an emotional kind of level.
Mm-hmm.
The other one,
That's emotional too.
it can be, but it's definitely more logical.
It's
Like
more
more
practical.
logic.
Right.
both
Right.
money-wise, because he could be thinking, oh, I'm doing this to help us, and then
Yeah.
it won't go the right way. Cheating,
Right.
you're not helping anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
You helping
Yeah.
yourself.
That's true.
That's why, what y'all think about?
Did it?
I had this conversation yesterday, actually, with my cousins. I think my cousin said that females having male best friends is always a slippery slope.
I agree.
Because,
It
let
is,
me
it
let me
is.
finish the
Shit don't
presentation.
work.
Because females, like you said, are more emotionally invested in everything they do than men are. When you have a friend, especially a friend that you know don't want. I think women know when somebody don't really want to be your friend, but that's a good way in. You know, I'm gonna just be your friend. It's all good. So when you put somebody like that in your life, and they being very strategic about when they say little things, when they come in, yada yada yada, you're developing an emotional connection with him that may just be friendship, but it's there. The foundation
Okay,
is
so
set.
the foundation of the relationship, do y'all believe that women and men can be just friends?
I don't anymore.
I
I
don't.
did.
I think
Yes
they can
and
be
no.
friends, but
Not-
Not great friends.
Yeah,
They can be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
They can be cool.
I
But
don't
not
believe
best
that
Well,
friends.
I
I,
used to
believe
think
they
that.
can be friends.
Just friends.
Just friends.
How?
How? I mean, I feel I don't
Okay,
know. Like
friend-
just like
But how often
You have-
are you meeting up with that person
Yeah.
or hanging with that person?
not often,
Right,
but
well, that's
just
cool.
even with my friends that are women, I don't hang out with them every day and I don't see them every day. So it's your definition
Is
of a
there one
friendship.
person that you hang out every day and see every day?
No.
Okay.
Well, the one friend that you spend the most time with, imagine you spending that same amount of time with a male friend. Is that okay?
Yeah.
How often do you see that person?
I think
Every
it's a
couple
men
of
and
weeks.
women thing
Every
because
couple
you're
weeks?
not
That's
are you
different,
gonna
though.
want to sleep
But
with
that's
every
my
girl
these
you
are my
see,
closest
no.
friends that I see
Shit,
every
if
couple
we,
weeks.
if we have a couple talks
And
and a
I
couple
feel like
drinks,
and I feel like
ugliest
as a
girl can be the
woman
most controlling. You know what I'm saying?
to piggyback off of what I want to say MC, so
It's
I
okay.
apologize.
MC is easy.
Right,
Oh, so
it
she don't
is.
make me-
You are reading you.
But to piggyback, woman can tell when a man want more, and I feel like as a woman, you have to be like, hey, like, you know this ain't gonna be nothing, and if he can't accept that, then you gotta break that friendship. And I feel like that's when the line is crossed because a woman won't speak up and be
But I think a woman could still say that. I feel like that's what you was
I'm
about.
about to
Yeah,
say,
me too.
but every woman is not like you. Like every woman is not going to say the exact same thing.
they
might be
not,
like,
but I'm saying that's the fault of male and women friendships.
But a woman can say we ain't never gonna be nothing, and a man, I've been that man. I said, yeah, I know we ain't never gonna be something.
But as a woman, you can just block all contact. Like you can chill on the contact. Like don't go out and see him. Y'all can text and all that. You can dictate
But if he's
how that
presenting
relationship.
himself as just your friend, there wouldn't be nothing wrong with going out and seeing him and talking
Yes,
to him.
yes,
That
it
shit
would.
weird.
Yes, it would be. Something
If he
wrong with it.
originally wanted something more and you downgraded him to friendship, how high can he rise in the friendship level?
You can't.
He can't. Wow, that's solid. You know, a lot of
I mean,
women don't.
that ain't no real friendship, really.
That's solid.
No, it is a real friendship, but it's like you can't because I feel like it's hurting a man to continue to be his friend because he's sitting here want to be with you, but you know you don't want to be with him,
Right,
and he has hope. Like he like dang, like maybe I don't know, like I can figure this out, and she like I ain't never gonna be with that man.
But I feel
so
like
niggas know how to finesse.
yeah, I was about to say, no, for
to
sure though. It's
So
some
like the gain your attention in some way, shape, or form is like okay, shit. Oh, she like this. I'm gonna
Women know how to finesse too, because sometimes they'll have you in that position just so they can use you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Piggybacking off the cheating and everything, then that means you're now gaining emotional attachment to that man because he's.
You can use
Finessing
somebody
you.
without being emotionally
You
attached.
think
to
so?
them.
Yeah, you
For
can.
sure.
You can for sure.
What are you using him for?
I mean, whatever that woman
That's-
wants. I'm just
yeah.
saying it can be monetary, it can be just good company and great conversation, but it's no emotional attachment. It's like I'm bored. Hey, I know he finna hit me up. I know he ready to go out with me.
That's
Cause
then
I'm hungry.
that's it.
Oh.
Or like it don't even have to be hungry. It's just like dang, like I know who I want to go out right now. Who will go out with me? It'll be that dude that want to be more than her
But you
friend.
wouldn't even want to go out with anybody if you don't appreciate them to a certain degree. So the fact that you even allowing him in your presence,
You can
spending time
appreciate
with
him.
Man, I feel like the line that you're trying to draw is easier
Yeah.
said than done. I
Yeah,
think
but
that line
It is
is
easier
very
said than done
blurry.
because in the moment it's like in the moment as a woman or a man, if you have a woman trying to be your best friend, you have to be strong enough to not play that person.
There's always that emotional
I feel
attachment that you have with that man, even if you every once in a while.
I disagree.
Right, because there's a reason why
Yeah.
you was attracted to him.
But you,
For a
the
reason,
thing is, you
like
would
a friend.
never.
Right, I feel like a woman will be more inclined to sleep with a man that's less attractive than a guy would with a girl that's less attractive.
Yeah.
Because like you said,
The
y'all go off
emotional
emotions.
connection. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
And then
saying?
you go
So
there.
if we just friends and we hang out, we have dinner a couple times, I may say some things or do some things that your man don't do.
And it makes you feel good.
And it make you feel good. Now you like, dang, I'm just going back for that feeling. But eventually that feeling gets me
that
to
feeling
the
getting
other
you
feeling.
in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's when you have to be strong enough to be like, if you're in a relationship, like, nah, I can't hang out with him.
I think women don't even, not even women, I think people can't always differentiate what that feeling is, and if they do identify it at all, they think, wow, this is a really good friend. He makes me feel good.
Nah, they know the feeling. They know the feeling.
Man, my boyfriend tripping.
They know
He
the
doing
feeling.
this, and then he come in there like, I would never treat you like that.
That's a tip. You know it. If he say that, then he's trying to get in your head already.
Man.
True, but it's also some cold brothers out there
I'm
that
saying,
can hide
bro.
that. I'm telling you.
They got some-
I mean, I'm
They
not
got some
saying.
high IQ
some-
jokes.
But I'm saying there's some women out there too.
Yeah, they'll call you out on that bullshit. Straight up.
I don't think women be scheming like how men do. Though.
They do be
Whoa.
scheming.
They scheme
What?
way. They scheme way.
Oh wait, hold on.
No,
We're
but
not
like-
going on our women
No,
right
All
now.
my life, y'all scheme way more than a man.
No, we
Nah,
don't. No,
what?
not more than
They
a man.
do. I don't know.
I think they're more
I'll tell you this.
strategic.
No,
So
I think
they're more
we're-
strategic.
I think we're more
Hold on,
strategic.
give it to
I'll
Lord.
tell you this: men and women do the
The
equal
exact
amount.
same thing.
But the thing with it is, a woman will do her BS so well that you will never know.
Exactly.
Never.
Fact.
A man will just sleep with his girlfriend cousin.
A woman
that's
is
down the
more
street
strategic.
from him.
But and then
A woman will know where he is, how to find him, how to make sure that he never come in contact with her man.
right, but when a woman acts on it, it's like they fed up and done. So even if it come out, they don't really care.
By scheming, I didn't mean a woman in a relationship though. I mean,
You mean in general?
I mean
like,
a single woman or a single man just scheming. Like if they know you in a relationship,
that
or if
not-
they just want to. I know me in my college days. Yeah, I would have women who you gonna provide me with the pussy. You gonna
That's
provide me
just
with the
like
whatever.
women.
And women do that too.
Vice
women do
Right,
too.
women do
Women
that too.
got this the dude that's gonna come over at night after I do what I gotta do. This the dude that's gonna take me out to eat. This the dude that's gonna do this.
Can I ask a question? When does all
How
that
dare
stop?
you.
When you find a real one.
No, I mean I feel
Oh,
like
no.
no.
Can you
it's
find a
just,
real one
no,
while you doing that?
No, you
No, you
cannot.
can't.
You
Exactly.
can't. You can't start a relationship when you don't even have your affairs in order. Cause all that's gonna do is spill into your relationship, and those dudes don't go away overnight, or those women don't go away overnight.
I agree with that.
He killed that for
So speaking of relationships, is appearance a priority? Is like
what?
somebody's physical appearance, is that a priority?
It's a preference. It's not a priority. Like it's not the only thing. Like it's like my.
So you're gonna
I'm
be
about
with
to
somebody
get you- I'm about to
ugly,
get
but
you
that
in a
has
second.
every other
Yup.
category together, but he
Yup.
look like
No,
I'm
this
about
is
to
my
fire
thing.
you.
This is my thing.
You know
This is
what I'm
my.
saying?
This is my
Wu-Tang
thing.
slapped him.
No. So my thing is when I look at a man, I have to be like, I was like, okay, if I wake up next to him, I'm not gonna be scared in the morning.
What? So what if his
What
teeth
nigga
throwing
is
up gang
that?
signs and shit? You still gonna fuck with him?
No, I might be scared in the morning with your teeth throwing up gang.
So let's
see, honest.
throw a number opinion out there on the scale. So what do you got to be from 1 through 10?
From 1 through
Let's
10.
see.
Well, wait, what's a 10?
That's the
though?
minimum.
That's the
Wait,
minimum.
we gotta scale it. Who's a 10 though?
Yeah, huh?
Who's a 10?
That's
can
too
name-
hard to do
you can
because
name an
everyone's preference is
Name an
different.
actor,
It
bro.
goes
That's true.
by
Well, what's
age.
your
Everybody
Name a celebrity.
Name a celebrity 6, because a 10 we gonna hear the same.
Celebrities.
Name
Maybe
it.
6.
I don't even number dudes. Like I
Right,
don't even
that's
put
what
them
I'm
on
saying.
a
Women are different that
scale.
way.
Okay, we can just say 6.
A 6. 6 being beauty in the eye of the beholder.
They're keywords.
If physical appearance isn't necessarily a priority.
It
How
is,
about-
but it's different for everyone.
Yeah, and a preference. So how about how strong he go in the sack?
Oh.
Does
How
that
much
matter?
is that a problem?
Ooh.
Everything again.
Okay.
same
Oh, it
situation,
does.
Everything perfect. He a 10.
It does
he
matter
amazing,
because-
and
She
it's-
just had a
it's-
whole
I-
flashback.
I-
That's so right,
I was like, oh shit.
No, it does because then you have to think about like, okay, so if everything is a 10, it's like, dang, like this could probably be my husband or this could be somebody long term. But then you're like, dang, I can't have bad sex for the rest of my life.
So you believe in having sex before you get married?
To test the water.
I don't believe.
Like to be married to your
So
man.
okay, up until I had that experience, I
What
didn't having not great
A
sex.
trash ass.
Up until I had that experience.
Where that nigga at?
Up until
Just
I
keep
had
asking
that
my brother, you won't
experience,
get there, everybody.
I was cool with celibacy, waiting to
Right.
marriage.
Yep.
But then it goes into because I'm like, sex is something that can be taught. But if you don't got the package at all, I can't teach you nothing.
You alright?
I'm really coughing.
thought you was for fire. So.
No, I was really confident.
And then when you think about marriage, I don't plan on getting a divorce. So like,
Yeah.
I want to be satisfied in every aspect. So I'm not going out and I want him to be satisfied in every aspect.
Yeah.
So, he's not going
So
out.
size does matter. Back to the
Size
original
does
question,
matter,
in the
but
different-
Is it the size of the stroke?
Yeah,
Because those are two different
That was
things.
also
And
different.
nigga come in there and drop it, and you be like, "Whoo!"
Right.
But he ain't got no.
He ain't
you
got
know
no-
what I'm saying? He white boy.
Listen,
in the- he
But
white boy
okay,
over
but
there.
listen, if you have the package, you can be taught the stroke. If you don't have the package, you can't be taught. But
Alright.
I'm sorry, the challenge is don't before you have sex, don't look at the package. Just let him do his thing. So you can't. I feel like if you look at the
You
package,
generate expectations.
right, and then you see it, you like, dang, it's about to suck. So your mind already messed up.
So you rather he just like go in, you know what I'm saying, and then
And then just after that, then you can look and be like,
Damn,
oh.
so a man can pull everything vibing, he pull his shit out right before he go in, and a woman can look at that shit and say, damn, this about to suck.
What if he
Yeah.
What if he
How can you
not a
tell?
Oh
shower?
my god.
well then you
That's
better.
why you don't look at it.
foreplay
So you
matters.
don't even put it in your.
I
You
feel
don't
like
put
you
the
are-
thought in your
But
head.
you
By that
gotta
time-
look at it to like foreplay and shit.
And you
right?
said,
I mean-
you wanna be as you wanna give him everything as well.
Right.
So what sides of a woman, because I got a strong argument for this one, what sides of a woman can just be lacking no matter what you do, or is there nothing?
Head game can suck.
You
And
can teach head game.
you can, but you can't. Because if she's not open to it, she's not going to do it good.
Okay.
I don't know. What. She
Wetness?
can just be dry. Yeah. She can
Wetness?
be dry.
I'm about to-
Wetness.
I think there's a natural level. You know, obviously, it's the man's duty to, foreplay, get where you gotta
Lubricate
go.
the woman.
Lubricate the woman. That's a very nice way to put it. But I feel like there's certain women who are just naturally drier. So
It's right.
and there's certain women who are just naturally wetter.
But
So-
And sometimes if she dry, she might not be attracted to you.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, is it dependent on you that you made her dry, like, and you can't get her to that wetness?
How can you can never gauge that. You can never.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
it's nothing.
you
That's
can't.
something
Yeah.
you can't just.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't.
Your tongue.
You just wouldn't.
What you say?
But then sometimes I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, because what about?
I'm not gonna say that.
What you about to say?
Nah.
Come on, we unfiltered in this.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
sometimes,
think about it.
sometimes you can be in a sexual interaction with somebody where you ain't pull up to do all that shit. Maybe we ain't pull up to put in all the foreplay and do the da-da.
Oh, so you just wanted to just be.
Like Miguel said, I just want a quickie. No scratch marks, no scratches, no hickeys. Like, I'm not coming to lick the... He said your tongue game, man. My tongue ain't going down there for certain women.
Right,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
then you just take it for what it is.
Right.
If she wasn't wet, then hey.
Fuck it.
That's what you.
Okay,
That's
so
your,
if I
that's
if
what
I
you
want to
got.
wear the box, I gotta put it in the water. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not to your liking,
Mm-hmm.
then make her wetter.
I did.
Okay. One last question. Do you feel like when you're marrying somebody, or even dating somebody, do you have to be religiously compatible
You
with
have to
them?
be equally yoked, yes.
What is it? I'm talking about so.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
So if you're a Christian, you got to be a Christian too.
yeah,
Yeah. So okay. So if I'm a Christian, you can't be an atheist. You can be Baptist. You can be. I feel like
you can't be Muslim.
I
is what
gotta-
you're saying.
hold
you
on,
can't be
hold
Muslim.
on.
We have to. I feel like we have to believe in the
Same
same
God.
God because eventually one of us gonna have to convert.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question
know.
for you though, because I know somebody who's actually a Christian and the other person's an atheist. But what if like you're meant to be in that person's life to change them to start believing into
That doesn't
God and
mean
everything?
that that's supposed to be your husband or your wife.
How you know that though?
You're supposed to be equally.
Because in the
How do you
Bible,
know?
if God's supposed to be in all your relationships, and it says in the Bible to be equally yoked, and if they do not believe, you really shouldn't be in their presence.
Okay.
My
What
bad.
do you say to the person that says, "Okay, I'm an atheist and you're a Christian, but our values line up the same because literally every religion has a
Our
consistent."
values don't.
No, I'm just talking about consistent value. Treat your neighbor how you want to be treated.
But the biggest thing is I believe in God, and,
and
you
he
don't.
doesn't. Okay.
That's the
I
that's
wasn't-
the top of the
I
hierarchy,
wasn't-
and then it
because
breaks
that
down.
has
was
to be the top of your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily
That's
arguing
before
necessarily arguing the atheist with the Christian, but say for instance a Christian and a Muslim or a Muslim and a Buddhist.
It's a-
Y'all saying
Y'all
no?
both
It's an
believe-
issue.
I disagree,
I-
man.
It's an issue.
I disagree.
It's an
I feel
issue.
like when you do that, you put God in a box to one religion.
Okay, true, but
Go
Christianity
ahead,
is not one religion.
There
So-
are branches of it.
That's true.
So would you-
Christianity is also
So would you
And
say
we
Buddha-
already put God in a box because society portrays God as being a man. And God is
We
a
don't know.
spiritual being.
What do you do in that relationship where you fall in love with a Muslim woman?
Don't put yourself in that situation.
But I'm
No,
saying,
can you believe
I'm
in love at first
I'm
sight?
saying for you saying letting God work,
No.
letting you, like putting yourself in a position to pastor and fellowship to somebody else. If you put them in that position and you get to an altar and they're like, I understand that you shared with me, but I do not. I'm still over here with this. Like, what do you do when you say, I'm gonna let God work through me on you and potentially show you the find my life?
Sometimes that's not your responsibility. We place that as our
I was
responsibility.
asking for Deontay because he's talking about putting God in the box when you say when you cut it out.
I just felt like you're definitely doing that when you
I understand. So
you're boxing them into one religion if you don't consider somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's your preference,
I
of
feel
course,
you.
but
my follow up question was like, I agree with that point. I agree
Mhm.
with you. So I'm saying, what do you do when you date that woman who's not of your religion, and then they don't see that, they don't like you share that with them, you share the gospel with them, all your favorite scriptures, and they just do not believe in that. What do you do when you're in that point and you fall in love with this person?
well, for me, you shouldn't be going out your way trying to convert somebody in the first place. You know, you dated and you met that person because of who they are and their characteristics and stuff.
Mhm.
So when you start trying to convert somebody to your own religion, in my opinion, you being selfish.
So what do you believe?
I think that you can date anybody, no matter.
You can marry anybody?
Yeah, you don't. I don't think you have to be religiously compatible.
And if you're Christian, you're dating a Muslim woman, and she wants to raise her kids like that.
Muslim.
How are you gonna raise your kids?
I mean, that's a discussion we'll have,
that's
but
always
I would not be open to it though.
Exactly.
So
But
on
those are
Sunday,
things
so
you
on
have to think
Sunday,
about.
on Sunday when you go to church and your wife does not go with you, or your kids do not go with you, will you be okay with that?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's their choice.
Why leader of the household?
It's their choice though.
Why foundation of the household?
Why does the man only have to be the leader? Why can't my wife be a leader also? Why can't
Y'all
we,
could be
why can't
equal
we walk
leaders, but
equally?
you're the
That's
face
Christian
of the
principle,
family.
Yeah.
That's
According
Christian
to the Bible,
principle,
right?
though.
That's Christian.
I mean, that's
principle.
Christian.
But
That's
according to the Bible, and
principle.
I believe it outside of the Bible, I believe the man is the foundation and the leader, and the woman is the silent strength of the family.
Okay, I feel that. I feel that
I
too.
like silence.
But like you were saying, I feel like every role is different for every relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can just
Because my parents had an opposite role.
right. It just depends. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
based on gender.
Based on
Yeah.
exactly.
For sure. I agree with that. The truth, man.
And while I got the women in the room, I do want to get on our number one attacked viewpoint of the last episode, which is paying for the date. We talked a little earlier before
I'm
about
open
it.
to it.
You open to it? Okay.
I'll pay for dates.
If the check come on the table and say me and you on a date, the check come on the table, I don't grab it.
Well, we can look at it together.
Man, look, I don't even like insist on paying for
I feel
myself.
like it depends on the relationship that you and the person have.
First one,
First date.
always
First date.
date.
How you're asking on it. Like if we're asking like I like you, you like me, let's go out, and I'm asking you out, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna pay on the first date. I don't know about that one. But if we asking like, hey, let's hang out and something like I wouldn't really suggest anything that costs. So we don't even have to worry about paying.
Oh, let's
But if
I'm
a
there.
man-
I'm a
hop
plan
now,
type
you know
person,
what I mean?
If
I go to the party.
I'll say, okay, a man. Let's say a man doesn't pay. Is it a deal breaker, or are you walking away feeling away about it?
I
one
feel
way or the other?
like
Especially if the date was bomb as fuck.
If it's
Great
the first
date,
date,
everything
and
was
I
cool.
didn't ask for it, I'm gonna pay because I'm not about to sit on the table and be embarrassed with you. But
Okay, what if
it's
y'all?
just-
I'm not saying
y'all-
you
I'm
need
not
to
telling
pay.
you
no, not
that.
even
Yeah.
not
I
even
was
like
telling
you don't
him-
have money, but like, what are we doing? You know?
Right, I was telling
Like, it's a
him
game.
that from last
That-
time.
Is
Yeah,
there a difference between
that-
splitting it and
That's
taking
what I'm
all
saying.
check?
Not even you paying for the
If
whole
it's-
check.
I think you meant splitting.
I mean splitting. I'm sorry. I should have said
You
that.
can split.
You taking the whole check? That nigga.
We can split, but
I'm
no,
talking,
I feel
I'm
like
talking about.
I feel like okay, if they
Under the
split it, one, if it's the first day, we really don't know the person's financial situations. But
So
if he
it's
asks
whatever.
me out, then
He
you
should
should
pay.
have the money. Yeah, like
And then I feel like if you like what you saw from the first date, then you can talk about like, hey, let's go somewhere next time. Hey, next time, you know, I might not have it all.
right, it's
to
all
cover.
about communication.
Right.
But I feel like men get embarrassed in that situation, or people
It's a-
get
it's a-
embarrassed,
it's
and
a
you
hard
like,
thing to
also-
say.
oh, I don't want to do that, so you just finna pay, and then you finna go home with $5. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and
It's kinda
also
like-
if you pay, you showing that you're interested in.
That's
it.
true, too.
If you don't pay, then it's kind of like, oh, this was cool.
Okay.
But I mean, if
On the
I
first date,
ask on the first
date.
date, but if
So
I
what?
ask, you know what I'm saying, that's a little different. If I ask and I'm letting you know that, hey, okay, a movie that's different, or even if a movie and I was like, hey, do you mind getting your ticket? Like, I really want to see you, but right now, you know,
You have to
That's
communicate that.
communication.
would,
if
would,
you
would
just be
you,
like,
would
hey,
that bother you?
No.
Okay.
If you let me know why, but if you like, hey, so you got your ticket?
Like, yeah, if we show up and I'm just like, and I'm like, just one,
right?
and
Right,
you
like,
like,
you asked me to come, I should have been at
And the
home.
person behind the register always assume you paid too.
Right.
And you gotta look at that nigga like, nah, bro.
and that's the worst. That's the worst thing. You gotta tell them no.
just me. She got
Together, right?
she got a good job.
Ask for communication content.
But why would you guys have a first date and not pay?
I would.
I'm asking.
I'm about to say,
I don't like the idea of being obligated to.
Yeah.
But
I feel like for
would.
the first date you should, but then later down in the line, like in the relationship, it's whatever. Like you treat your spouse.
In the relationship.
Yeah, that's different.
Like
bro.
if it,
Or even
it
if
goes
y'all
to that,
continuously
you know what I mean?
hanging out, it's like, look, you got me all the time, I got you. Like,
Right.
or even the second date, we can take turns. It's
But
whatever
once you-
works
yeah.
for the relationship.
Yeah, once you at that level and know the person to that degree, I think everything changes. But at the
Right.
very beginning, I just
trying to
wonder
do
what
the
kind of
impression.
impression that makes.
Yeah.
What kind of
Well, I
impression
feel
that
like whatever you do sets the foundation of however you
The
want to
rest.
perceive in a
makes.
relationship.
Okay. So
Is
you
it a
should be
date?
trying to show your best
So what
self
date
on the
number are
first
you
date.
paying? Or what date number are you pulling on your credit card?
I do day two. But it just depends on how
Is it
far
crazy?
how far away is day one, day two. Have we communicated in the meantime? Like, what does that look like?
What if day one was in the park for the free, and then
Yeah.
day two
Oh,
Y'all went-
is that
Well,
He got
y'all
a day too.
Y'all went to work out type shit.
Yeah.
You sleep, you take it to the party. That'd be the livest day she ever been on.
I'm
Real
saying,
talk.
so she
Well,
pays on
maybe
day
that's
two.
thoughtful.
I be doing
So
some
she on
Day
day
two.
two.
Like
I'm
if
paying
we set up like a cute picnic.
Yeah, it's too
that's
cold for
fine.
that. So
Ain't nobody talking about
what we
take
do in the
somebody out
winter?
January.
Okay, wait. So I got so when you
Go
on
go
those
get
when,
a sit in front
when
of
you
the
on those
fireplace.
dates, what's the number one? I actually want to hear from everybody. What's the number one non-negotiable? You on those for you? I know it's preference. You on them dates. You sitting in the picnic or whatever, and what can come out of his mouth to immediately go out? Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, if he said something like, if he referred to a woman as a bitch in the first time you met me, I can't fuck with you.
What if you say hoe?
No, none
It's the
of that.
same thing.
Anything
But
derogatory.
What do you deduce about this?
Disrespect.
It's like, cause you know, like in Houston, you know, hoe
Oh,
is
yeah,
a person,
but
place,
that's
or
true.
word. So is that person, place, or thing?
You can't even say it right.
Like if you see a squirrel running across the yard, he like, oh look at that hoe right
No,
there.
no.
But like that's how we talk.
You gonna call that female
Yeah.
I catch myself like, who
No,
that?
no, man.
I'm talking about a car.
That squirrel like that.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Nah, girl, he in the park calling the squirrels hoes. Niggas ain't shit.
Right,
Niggas ain't
niggas ain't
shit.
shit. I gotta go, y'all. No, but it's in the context of a woman. Like, if, like, say for instance, we see your phone ring, you on the phone, or you see one of your friends or something. Oh, and somebody's phone's ring. And then you refer to a woman or a hoe as a hoe or a bitch or something.
You say we're a hoe as a hoe. So you know what I'm saying?
I'm saying if you
That
do
was
that,
wrong.
then it's kind of like I could be referred just like that when you behind the scenes in front of the conversation.
I get it. For me and now,
So, yeah.
I don't like talking about things that should be in private in public.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
That's
why you gotta
disrespect.
argue with me at cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. No, seriously, when he
You
said
learned
that,
that,
I was
right?
so.
You felt that shit
I
Is this the
That
first
comes
date?
down-
That's what I'm saying. When it's the first
It's
date,
the first
it's
date.
hard
You
for me
shouldn't
to
be
gauge.
arguing. You know what I'm
You
saying?
really should. You
If
shouldn't
you argue on the
argue
first
like
date,
first 5 days.
right.
It ain't no
No,
reason
but
for
even you
y'all
can
to
tell how it's gonna be based off of how she can talk about somebody else. I could be like, oh yeah, how you on me? Yeah, I ain't friends with that bitch
Yeah,
no
that
more.
shit
'Cause then
was-
she start flying over her.
Yeah, that's
And
right
in
too.
public.
And
Like that.
But she not going off on you.
I mean, but
Right.
still, if she can go off on anybody in a very public setting to where now, you know, people looking around like, what's going on over there? You know what I'm saying? And that means if you got an issue with me, if you think I looked at the waitress away or something like that, you gonna fire me up right there.
Or she could be very passionate about that situation in that moment, but it has no correlation to how she would treat somebody
That's true too.
at the event or wherever you are.
I think
I would need more than one date from that to determine.
Yeah.
The only real deal breaker is religion for a first
you?
date.
For you?
Yeah.
and height, nigga, you
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm already gonna know your
She
height.
not putting herself in that situation.
What about bad breath?
That, I ain't gonna lie, that was gonna be mine.
That's
That's
bad
a,
breath.
You can have bad breath that day
hold
you
on,
ran out of
hold on, nah, that's a deal breaker for me. Bad breath, because
Bad breath.
not only is that
You're
first
not gonna
impression,
kiss.
but I'm
That's
gonna assume your hygiene always trash like that.
I'm down there.
First
too.
impression matters too.
Right.
First
And if you-
impression does matter.
And if you
You gotta
come
come
in
with that heat.
speaking and your shit smell like
I'm about to
a
start
thousand
asking,
cans of
what was
bounce
your
that
first
ass.
impression about me?
That shit-
After the date. So what was your first impression?
That's a good
question.
question.
I think that's a good question.
Legit.
I think
I think it is
so
too.
DJ,
I'll
what's-
start.
BJ, what's yours?
Mine was the bad breath.
Bad breath. That's why we
either that or like.
Y'all blood brothers?
Yeah, we blood brothers. You know what I'm saying? Same dad. You remember? But yeah, definitely that or like. I don't know.
Come on, give me something else.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
I'm
come
trying to
back
use
to
some
me.
heat.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can't
even
take
know.
it. Come back to me.
Devontae.
I had something on my
Think
thought.
about what y'all.
No,
Take it from
they
within.
said them all. Like,
Because people put out their, like, you know, their best foot, their,
Best foot forward.
yes, their best foot forward. They're not going to show you, like, all
I
their.
don't like
that's
that.
how you know if
I don't like
it
that.
come out strong on the first date. That's what they best foot forward.
Yeah.
I don't like
And if it's not what they best foot forward, then they weren't that excited to see you anyway.
Ooh,
So if you
that's
got
not
bad breath
true.
on them.
That's not
If you got bad
true.
breath on if you going on a
yeah.
date with somebody you don't pick up gun, you don't care. Like you don't
No,
care.
yeah.
You don't care
But
about
I'm saying
succeeding.
sometimes I don't
Like,
put my best foot forward, like
On
when
the
I go on
first date?
first date.
Right.
oh, because you gotta grow to the person.
No, I'm just like I want you to see me for who I am. Like I'm not finna to
I
do
went
all that.
I went on a couple of dates
So
with a
what
girl
do-
who wore nothing but sweats.
she low-key
Yeah,
fuck
like it.
with you.
That's not true though. She just want to be comfortable.
Yeah, I know it's not true because we went on like 7, 8 dates. So we
She liked him.
Thank you, my nigga. She damn near love me.
Why she-
Communication is my
BJ,
deal
you was
breaker.
gonna say communication?
Communication.
Yeah,
Like, if we
that's a
sitting
good
there
one, too.
and you ain't got nothing to talk about, like
Yeah.
this our first
Hey,
encounter,
what
and
if
like
she
I'm
saw
over
her?
here like
Yeah.
Well, she-
Chemistry.
You
What
don't
is
have
that?
to
What is
talk
chemistry?
about it.
chemistry. Chemistry kind of go with communication a little
Because
bit.
if you ain't had nothing to talk about either, then that might be your fault.
It could be
But-
my fault, you know what I'm saying? But that's a better word for it.
Chemistry,
Chemistry.
that is
I was
much
gonna
better.
say, what if y'all both just awkward though? Because I feel like I'm
That
a
can happen,
naturally
too.
awkward person
Me
sometimes.
too.
And
Awkward and shy. I can't just talk to anybody about
What?
anything.
yeah.
So-
No, I can. Right, she don't
Oh,
even know
she
y'all.
Right, I feel like it's all about making somebody comfortable.
Right.
It's all about.
Okay,
And like,
so is it
we
the
chilling in the
woman?
cast, we
Yeah,
on a date.
Is it the woman's or male's role to make the other person comfortable
like
on the
it's
first
both.
date?
I think it's the person who has that attribute.
I
If
feel
you're a
like-
shy person,
I
one,
agree
two
with
shy
that, too.
people usually don't attract each other. But even so, the person who is more confident in that moment should take the lead in trying to ensure that the other person like catches up with them.
Yeah.
Two shy ass, awkward ass people on a date. I don't know if that should just be a thing in the first
That
place.
shit
It
probably-
shouldn't.
It
Some-
shouldn't.
but
That's
sometimes-
Somebody gotta
One
be.
person-
Or maybe they'll grow out and be blossom and be
could.
beautiful,
Mm.
lovers, husband, wife.
I've been on both ends. I've been on dates with girls who are a lot quieter and you know I'm a charismatic dude, so I pull it. I try to find the inches. Oh, you like talking about that? Well, I'm gonna take it here, there, and the third. Then I've been on other dates with a girl
My nigga
just started
shit.
going, and I'm just oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And then we vibe off that. So I think
So how much longer I got? Because I got a question.
Shoot. Oh, go ahead.
What do y'all
We get
think?
to the end, but it's all good.
What does it mean when a male will text you, or you will text a male, but he doesn't have conversation? He not interested, or could
Nah.
it just be lack of conversation
Lack of
skills?
conversation skills.
A little bit of both.
In my
He's
opinion.
just a
Well,
bad
nah.
texter.
Yeah, he could be a bad
Yeah.
But
texter.
how?
'Cause
But
there's-
how often is it like?
I
Put
mean,
it this way: if a
He
dude
texts you.
into you, it don't matter. It don't matter if he got bad communication skills. If he like you, then he gonna find a way. I know he gonna be on Google with some
Ladies,
quotes.
y'all hear that?
Y'all hear that?
Y'all hear that, ladies?
I don't think
If he give you
I
that
text
one
good,
word
though.
stuff, you know what I'm saying? You
The
better
shy
go ahead
dude.
and hit up Ben_Deuce Trey.
The shy
You hear
You see
me?
what
Hey,
we
but-
was talking about to have them friends? That's what you trying to be, man. I feel like I don't like it when in the early stages when women kind of deduce everything that you know. I've been with a girl and she told me, yeah, when we first texted, you texted me this with 3 dots and I just knew that you wanted. I'm like, yo, nigga, I didn't think twice about that.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
it could
think
be.
in the early stages, you don't have to worry about what nothing means.
Well, I'm
Because,
just
like
saying,
he said,
okay,
if you
maybe
want it, you
y'all
gonna
went
get
on 2 or 3 dates, right? And then like it's just texting is horrible. And I don't even know why y'all went on 2 or 3 dates.
But what
Maybe y'all liked each other, or maybe it was just convenient.
At that
It's
time,
a physical attraction.
But what if y'all have good convo, but
In person.
In
nah,
person.
Yeah,
in person and on the phone, but he's just
A bad texter.
yeah, bad text. It takes a while for him to text back because he got other stuff
busy
going on.
man.
This and that. He a busy man.
That's
It's,
really-
it's back on you. What you told us, you gotta communicate. You said, hey, look.
Ooh.
You gotta communicate that.
No, I'm saying like, if the, no, I'm
Chill
saying,
out, chill out, little Lawrence.
I'm saying like the dude, like to me, I'm gonna be.
Oh well, yeah, if you communicate that, then you shouldn't have no issue.
No, I'm saying it's
You
up to the
understand
girl
from
to
the jump.
ask. No, it's not up to. I'm saying it's up to for women to be like, hey, what's going on? Like, why you being dry with me? Don't
Why-
sit there keep texting them if
But
you
it-
dry.
but
Man,
a girl
But
gonna-
what if she just stopped texting like, dang?
Man, I keep it
If he's
lit.
not
I am an awful I don't text nobody back. And I met a girl who I really wanted,
You want to tell her
and
name?
she got
Take it back.
You want to get her back?
What? No, I said get her back. She's, you know.
Oh, she's still there?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
She's my baby.
No.
But
Ah,
I'm just trying to say, do a paper towel in my face. I'm just trying to say, as soon as I started texting her and decided what I wanted, I text her back. Being a bad texter just did not exist within her realm, even though it
so
still
that
exists
goes
in
back to
everybody
interest
else.
level.
Right.
Interest level. I will scroll through 11 texts, find her name, reply to her, and then tell myself
Y'all
I
hear
got
that,
her
ladies?
back.
Get some more tips. He will text you back.
He will
I
if
will
you
too.
want. If you want
And
to.
he'll call you.
Hey, I'll take you back.
I mean, but
BC_Showtime.
But people busy. Sometimes he a hardworking man, but even if he busy, if he really want to, when I was busy with her, I'd be like, yo, I'm sorry, I'm working right now. I'll hit you back later.
And that's
I'll
all
call
you
tonight.
need. That's
I'm
all
not gonna
you
be able to go
need.
back and forth with you. Can I call you tonight? We can just talk in 2 hours. Like he'll find a way to ensure that you know that it's not just.
You said he missed you?
No, I said communication.
Hey, what
Oh,
about
I'm about to say.
So you get so it's a lot of weight put on that in the early stages of dating somebody and talking to somebody. Because it shows your interest how
It
fast you
does.
texting back.
I mean, but I think you can reclaim it if it ended like mutually and just dissolve. Like y'all just stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back and be like, hey, what's up, da 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 da, and y'all can grow off of that. But if it ended like
Maybe the time.
you just played me,
Yeah, that's
nah,
different.
yeah. But it's not you play me like off of disrespect, but you just was like giving me no play almost.
Yeah.
Before we end it, could everybody give a definition of what love is to them?
What's
Ooh.
love?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Oh dang! All right. So love, I believe, is not a feeling. Love is
Somebody.
it's an action. Like
Wow.
I love you. I'm willing to make this work. I'm willing to put in what I need to do to make this work. That's love. Like love is not a feeling. Like that tingling feeling and all that. That's cute. But that don't last when he pissed you off.
That's mostly what, lust? You think that is?
It might just be honeymoon phase. It might just be something new. Like I don't necessarily think it's always lust. It could be lust, but it's not always lust. But it's like
Butterflies.
it's just butterflies. Like it's new. I like you. I'm happy. But
So love is action, not a
So
feeling.
how long?
love is action. Yeah.
How
When
long
you're
could
in
that
love with
lust?
somebody, that's an action, not a feeling.
In love is a feeling.
How long could that lust feel?
That's what I was talking about.
She said in love is a feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can the butterflies thing. I mean, I don't know about soulmates and stuff like that because I don't guess I ain't met mine. But I've heard that you can. No, but I'm saying I haven't experienced it. But I've heard that some people get that feeling with their spouse or their significant other from day one all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Damn,
And
this
even
deep.
if they lose it, it can be rekindled.
It can't if it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I believe that love is a thing. Like on the last podcast, y'all said love is not enough. But I believe love is enough. But because I love you, I'm putting in this work. Because I love you, I'm making sure you know how I feel. Because I love you, I'm compromising on whatever needs to do to make this work. And because you love me, it's reciprocated. So we both giving 100-100. It's not 50-50.
Okay.
I respect that. That's good. That's good right there.
We're gonna go after that.
Drop the
I
mic.
ain't trying to go after that.
Use the restroom.
Nah, if we go on a run, then for me, simply stated, love has no definition. Point blank. You can't define what love is.
Dang, it's two good ones right here,
I
huh?
can't go after
Yeah,
that.
Drop the mic.
What's that
cop
brother
out.
stuff, right? It's that
That's a
brother-
cop out. Define
That
love.
is a cop out.
It
It ain't.
It might be.
You asked the question.
I know the answer. Nah, I feel it though. That's real.
Devontae?
Damn. Nah, man. What I feel like love is when you, it's like, I mean, obviously after you meet and being with that person and everything, but you know what I'm saying? It's that long ass, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like loyalty to the T. Like you don't never gotta worry about what they doing, how they feel, all that, and then shit. It's like that feeling when you see them. It's like damn.
Damn.
Jaheem.
It's different, dog. Like damn, and then it's like
That's real.
shit. Like you'll give your all to him if you can. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like shit.
What I got, you got.
Exactly. That's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you so
Like
much
Martin
and
said.
everything.
That's
Like, shit.
mine.
Like so.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot more I can go with, but I'm gonna leave it there.
For sure. AC? Smooth.
You drop that mic.
AC? Let's go. Let's collect.
I think
Let's go, Malcolm.
was No, I think God is love, and I mean that. I mean that not only in the sense of saying like God is. No, it is.
No, that's a good one.
It is a cliche.
That's a good one.
This is why I think it transcends the cliche, because when we say God is love, it's just okay, God exists in everything, but. Like, do you, like, to know what it means to look at somebody and see God in them, see God in a lot of things.
The gym.
What she say?
Where you get her at, bro? Where you get her at?
I feel like if we take that cliche and really make it realistic, you know what I'm saying? I feel like to a certain degree, you could be out of whack with God, and somebody can come show you love and reintroduce you to what God means, you know? And if you marry the person that you love, God is going to continually be reintroduced. It's like waking up in the morning next to God, because He presented this to you. You know what I'm saying? So,
good shit.
So I think.
I ain't going. That was it.
What's up,
Follow me at Ometay Nancy OMETEANASSI. Thank you.
What's up?
Do I gotta go?
I mean,
You gotta get it. Drop a gem real quick.
Alright, I'm gonna sing some Brian McKnight.
Whoa.
He's gonna start singing.
Nah, to me, love is kind of what Devontae had said about loyalty, but then I kind of thought about it as far as you can love somebody and then still betray them. You know
That
what I'm
was
saying?
my next question. That's my question.
You can still love somebody and betray them. It's happened. But now, I feel like, huh? Nah, how you know it happened to me? But love is everlasting. I feel like love is something that is continuous. You know what I'm saying? Love is something that even if we fight, we argue, you might be mad that I made a certain decision. At the end of the day, we can look at each other and say, man, everything you did, everything I did, man or woman, because you can love your brother, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Whatever they did, you can put it past them because it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? You got love for them, and it's kind of like, man, at the end of the day, I do whatever it takes, you know, for you and vice versa. And basically, so that's all. I ain't going to get into
another gem.
You know.
What up?
They dropping gems everywhere. Y'all want
some of this?
Y'all 2 cents?
I'm good.
Lawrence?
For me,
Come on.
love, I think.
Come on, Lauren. Young knowledge.
For me, I know I love somebody when I want more for them than I want for myself.